Some call them ghosts. Others call them spirits. Whatever you call them, the question remains, what do you believe? With the cornerstone laid in 1886, this castle-like prison was designed as a reformatory for young offenders. One of the top 5 largest castle-like structures in the USA, the reformatory houses the world's tallest, freestanding steel cell block, 6 tiers tall, with 600 cells. During its 94 years as a working prison, 154,000 inmates passed through the gates of the Ohio State Reformatory. Many died of diseases like influenza and tuberculosis. Some went mad. Others hung themselves, and at least one inmate lit himself on fire. The reformatory remained in full operation until December 1990, when it was closed via federal court order as a result of a prisoner's class action citing overcrowding and inhumane conditions.
I'm sitting outside of the reformatory, waiting to go in. The gates aren't open yet, but they will be soon. I'm keeping an eye on the windows and the lights. I'm trying to see if there's any movement, but nothing yet.
To be inside the reformatory at night, we needed a guided tour. We were taken back into the belly of the prison, and from there, given instructions and warnings. While on the tour, we were introduced to specific areas of the prison known for its high levels of paranormal activity. Among those areas, 3 challenges awaited us. The first challenge, the chair room. Sit in the dark. No windows, no lights. The door closed for 15 minutes.
What we do, the chair challenge, it's real simple. Like I said, it's the easiest one. You just come in here, you sit in the chair by yourself for 15 minutes with the lights off.
15 minutes?
Yeah.
Would something happen to you? Quite possibly.
Now, I've got lots of photos of people who are sitting in that chair and getting attacked.
Stories of past investigations said there was a good chance. Would you dare sit there for 15 minutes and see if a ghost would interact with you? The second challenge got a little more intense. Part of the prison years ago was used to house inmates from another maximum security prison due to a fire that killed hundreds. What made this challenge so special was the lack of cells in the room. Over 200 inmates all shared one large space with little to no supervision. What happened behind that door? Well, it's amazing anyone survived at all. At the far end of the room, a few chairs sit dormant. Sit there, with no lights, and see what happens for the 15-minute time frame you need to stay. Would you dare share a room that was once inhabited by murderers? Or would you run and hide? The third and final challenge. Take a nice, long, lonely walk in the dark. The east cell block on the 3rd level is said to have had a lot of encounters. So take a stroll by yourself, no flashlights, and do one full loop around the entire block. Will you see peekers showing themselves from the cells? Shadows moving along the pathway? Maybe you'll hear voices or footsteps from behind you. Whatever it is that might happen, you need to have nerves of steel to make it around to the other side. The question is, will you be left alone while you do it? After the tour and learning of all these 3 challenges, we were left alone for hours to explore and investigate for ourselves. Here, you can see evidence of things we found. While moving through one of the cell blocks and into the main hall, a group exploring hears something. the word "sir" called out to them. Perhaps an inmate getting their attention? Did you hear it? Let's listen to it again and see if you can figure it out for yourself. Is it "sir" or something else? While the same group moves on to investigate further, they come across the library that none of them had been in before. The loud sound they hear is like no other.
Go in the library. Well,
It came from inside the room.
oh, nice big slam.
But what made the sound?
You heard that, right? Maybe. We apologize for coming in without a library card.
Just when the group thinks it's over, the slam comes again.
I saw.
Then they see a door moving, and yet another slam.
Yeah, the door's moving. There's got to be another one moving. Oh man, that sends chills.
Is the library in the reformatory haunted? The evidence says it is. But what do you think? Inside the administrative section of the building, a group is about to split off when they smell something. Something they were warned might happen.
There's hallway down that way. Next floor up. Yeah.
I did earlier.
It
Yes.
was a quick whiff of something floral, yeah.
Yes, I smell them. Holy
It was said that the warden's wife would often bathe with rose petals. Guests would often catch the scent of roses if she walked by.
Alright, blue.
Considering this area of the prison is under construction, smelling roses would be very strange indeed.
Yeah, 2x2.
In this part of the admin area, we get told not to go into a room. In order to confirm this, we went in. Nothing was heard or seen at the time, but upon listening back to the footage, you can make out a voice. The voice says to get out.
Active. We were told to not go back there, to a very specific room, which is why it said different. It told us that there was 4 lights, which is the room that they were in because of the dead, that we better watch out. It was talking about possibly myself with brown hair, or actually that it was the ghost itself saying it was me, but then it also said visitor, as you can see on the screen.
In order for this audible capture to be heard, we amplified the noise so you could hear it better. Nothing else was picked up in this quick video, but it certainly seems strange that we were told not to go back there, and then when we did, we were told to get out. A group of 3 traveling together through the East Block on the 3rd level encountered one of those noises that cannot be explained.
Right. What's that?
This group wasn't even performing the challenge at the time,
Yeah.
but that didn't stop an entity of knocking loudly to get their attention.
It sounded like something like fell or like someone jumped or something.
A short time later, one of the group members took the walk challenge on the 3rd floor. Alone, they moved around. Thankfully, by turning on their flashlight at the last few moments, he was able to capture this on camera, and he didn't even know it. Is this a human form, ghost-like shape, or just a trick of the light? You decide. To make things more interesting, while on this walk, the camera picks up the name Warden, almost as if the ghost is warning the others of who is coming. Two members of the group, sitting in absolute silence in the administrative building on the 3rd floor, capture banging and footsteps while recording. What or who it was remains a mystery, as they were confirmed alone in that area at the time.
Did you hear that? Footsteps.
Anyone locked up for years on end would be rightfully unhappy. But imagine then being in solitary confinement too. Some of the ladies in the group decided to take a walk down into solitary to see if they could speak to the ghosts lurking there. I don't think anyone expected what they found. Using a device known as a REM pod, they were able to have an interaction with the spirit. What made this interaction interesting was in how they were able to communicate. Let's take a look.
Candle?
Oh, it's a gamble.
Gamble! Oh! No way!
No.
Yeah, legit says gamble.
That is. Okay.
All right, well.
Does anybody have a quarter?
I don't have any money.
If you give me a cigarette, do you want to?
Being in solitary confinement would make you crave attention. And in this case, maybe a cigarette too.
Put that down.
Are they gonna get mad if we give it and then
Do you like Marlboros?
We can hear you talk through this.
I got desperate.
You're desperate to talk?
Are you desperate
for
to
a
talk,
cigarette?
or are you desperate for a cigarette? If you're desperate for a cigarette, can you back away from the REM pod? Okay.
All right, cigarette it is. All right.
Okay, okay.
I asked you when
This has gotten to that point of this is not just coincidence.
Guys, I'm very shy.
Oh, it's okay.
You're oh, I'm sorry. Are there too many people here? Do you want some of us to step away? If so, step away from the light.
Okay.
Okay, there's.
I can do that, sir.
It's no coincidence that being respectful and clear in your questions can go a long way when trying to talk to a spirit.
You want me to run back to go see if they're in the break room?
I think they want you to.
Yes.
All right.
I can literally see orbs in your camera.
I can too. Yeah. There was flickering past me.
Here, I got one Marlboro cigarette. You like Marlboros?
Can you touch the REM pod if you like Marlboros? Or however you say that, because I'm really bad with words. I apologize.
You want the Marlboro? Okay. All right.
Can you touch the light if there's more than one friend in here with us right now?
Oh,
Thank you.
it's really nice to meet you guys. I guess Stella is somebody that Mr. Robinson
Guys,
knew.
She killed you. Stella killed you.
Might need those. Here. Is that what you need? Is matches? Here, let me open the box of matches for you.
Oh my gosh, he can't find a way to like pull up the cards.
Do we need a light?
13.
Is that the card you drew? Is that the card that's sticking out? Is 13? Just out of curiosity.
So that would be an 8.
Dark entity here.
It's a joker. Do you want me to bring the dog over so you can say hello? I think it does.
Holy.
I mean, it stopped.
Yeah, it stopped as soon as you asked. Okay, we'll bring the dog over.
Alright. So his name is Shadow. He's very nice. It's okay. Why don't you go ahead and pet him if you want?
I got the word boat.
It's not uncommon for animals to be able to pick up on things that humans cannot. Having a dog in the room can both help understand what might be in the shadows, but also allow the spirit a chance to interact.
You're alright, Papa. Good boy. See, he's a very good boy. Are you saying hello to the dog?
It certainly seems like the presence of this animal is helping the situation, one of which could certainly have been frightening in any other circumstance.
Oh my god!
It's nice to meet you as well.
Would you like more dogs to come visit?
The hours that passed while investigating this prison turned over some interesting and compelling evidence. But is it enough? Is it enough to make the skeptical believe that something happened that night? What about you? Has your mind changed about ghosts and spirits? Will you look twice next time that spine-tingling feeling crawls down your back? Whether or not you believe in the other side, the Ohio State Reformatory certainly makes you think twice about the supernatural. Until next time, happy hunting.